My name is Laura Jean Wood Perez.
Right, Laura. And what is it that you do?
Well, I am the Director of Family and Hispanic Outreach and Support with the Council on Developmental Disabilities in Louisville. And I also volunteer at Joshua's Friends, KPFC, and Open Arms, which is the Grandparents Raising Grandchildren group.
And what part of Kentucky are you from?
But we live in Radcliffe in Hardin County.
Okay. And you are a grandmother raising a grandchild,
Yes.
correct? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, my grandson, Bryce, is 6, and I basically raised him since he was 2 weeks old when he came home from the hospital. And my daughter and her husband were not able to take care of the children. The state of Kentucky removed the children from their care. And was living with them, and so I was given placement of the children. And 2.5 years later, the issues were still not resolved, and the oldest child was placed in the custody of his biological father in Tucson, which I still cry about that. And the baby was given into my custody.
And so you've had him for about, well, 6 years.
Yeah, right, right.
And how is he doing today?
Well, we have our struggles because he's a special needs child. He has alcohol-related neurodevelopmental disorder, which is also called fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, and about 6 secondary diagnoses that goes along with that. So he requires some very specialized hands-on care 24 hours a day. But and in the beginning it was hard because I didn't know what to do or where to go for help. But over the last 6 years, through the help of Open Arms, the council, Dr. Kimball, Liz Kimball, the Joshua's Friends founders, I've been able to put a system of care around him. And he goes to aquatic OT at the pool, at the Home of the Innocents, and he horseback rides, and he does cognitive behavioral therapy with Dr. Kimball, and we homeschool him, and I have a special needs, actually a special education teacher who assists me with his homeschooling at the house. She happens to be a friend. So he's doing very well. Um, I'm believing God that he will grow up to be an adult that does not need supervision.
Well, it sounds like he's doing really well.
He is.
Still have a relationship with his parents?
Um, his father's court ordered to have no contact. His mother, my daughter, is reestablishing contact with him through pretty regular phone calls and occasional visits, and we're hoping to ramp that up when they're both ready.
Yeah. What about you? What kind of support do you feel like you've received or would have liked to?
Well, um, financially it's been a struggle for me. I walked out of the house with 2 small children, a 4.5-year-old, well, a 5.5-year-old child, and a 12-month-old child with a purse and a diaper bag. I had no transportation, I had no cell phone, I had no resources. A friend from church took me in. Um, my other daughter gave me some financial support to help me get on my feet, and I just, dug and scratched and went from pillar to post looking for help, and I was able to get an apartment and start putting supports into place for us. So, we fell through a lot of cracks. I feel like maybe the community-based mental health organization wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. I had to, find other uh, ways and means to help take care of my grandchildren. So financially, it's been a real struggle. I've been a pauper for the last 7 years because of it, because I can't work. I have to stay home and take care of the kids. It's only recently that I've been able to start working for the council. And, just what does the child need, not what is the agenda of organizations and agencies and, hospitals and this, that, is a real difficult thing because each case is very individual, and even from moment to moment, things shift with him because he has a very severe central nervous system dysregulation and a lot of sensory issues, and what might work for 1 second of the day won't work for the rest of the day. So you always constantly have to be shifting and using different strategies and tools with him. So, the behavioral support, financial support, I felt very alone and isolated, a grandma. I didn't even know that there was a special needs bus at the school. I didn't know these things. I had to educate myself. And not everybody has the perseverance or, the space in their life to do that like I did.
Well, he's lucky to have you. It sounds like you are getting the support that, I mean, you went out and chased. What about you? What do you do for yourself,
Well,
balance both of that?
I have some great friends, and I've made friends with, this nonprofit agencies. That's kind of become my culture, my family. Um,
And if you have any other questions,
I spend a lot of time praying and talking to God about these things, and that's a huge source of strength and comfort to me. And I have a special friend, you know,
yeah.
so.
Good. I'm glad. It sounds like you guys are doing well. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And I just want to say one other thing. He may be lucky to have me, but I'm blessed to have him.